Hi, this is Naomi Chandler reporting about landmarks for Middletown's 250th anniversary, and this is Boyd's Windmill, which was supposedly built without any technology.
The mill was originally used to grind grain. Back when it was built, most of the island was farms, and farmers would grow grain and would have to be ground to flour to bring to market. It was built in 1810, and it was originally over on West Main Street. It was a different location, but it fell into disrepair and was offered to the town of Middletown to restore and put into the park. But it was originally, one person ran it. His name was Boyd, so we now call it Boyd's Windmill. And Mr. Boyd would grind grain for local farmers and operate a business out of there. Well, I've always been fascinated with history in general and with old buildings and old architecture. And I visited the windmill and looked inside and saw what a beautiful structure it is and how it survived all this time as a real tribute to what Middletown used to be like and what the island used to be like.
Boyd's Mill acts as a symbol of Middletown's pre-industrial age and the earliest era of Middletown's history. From the Middletown Historical Society, it has been stated that from 1800 to 1844, grain from almost every Aquidneck Island farm passed through this mill. Middletown pays tribute to the era by featuring Boyd's Mill on the town's official coat of arms. The U.S. Naval War College was established October 6, 1884. It is the oldest continuous institution of its kind, founded by Commodore Stephen B. Luce. Naval presence took the town from primarily agricultural to residential, with booming populations and big industry, especially around the time of World War I. Apart from the large-scale economic effects, the War College also had many effects on the society of Middletown.
So I wanted to ask you, when you went to school specifically, how many students would you say were military students in your class?
Oh, our classes were much bigger. They were close to 30 to 35. And I would say probably 20 out of them would be military. So we would sit there and watch the moving vans come rolling in, and we could tell by the size of the bicycles whether the kids were our age or not. When the Navy pulled out in 1973, 74, somewhere around there, no, everything dropped here. I mean, even Newport, big depression. You know, at that point, at first, it used to be, you know, everybody went to Bellevue Avenue to see the mansions, but then we realized we had so much more. Our coastline, the fishing industry, the beauty that's here, the walking trails, and so tourism became our main focus.
Middletown's tourism industry can be linked most directly to the popularity of our beaches. But public treatment of the beaches prior to the mid-70s led to a strain on our marine and coastal environment.
Back then, when we had the jazz festival and folks festivals in town, kids could sleep on the beach. So it was kind of pandemonium down there. People began to realize that the beach needed protection. So this was in the early 1970s. So they did a project where the town got a bunch of volunteers, Boy Scouts, people like that, and we put down about 1,000 Christmas trees along the beach to start building the sand dunes. Down Satchers Point Road, as you get closer to Satchers Point, on the left, it's an open kind of field now, but that used to be the town dump, which was not very good because obviously you're right near the ocean and you're dumping, there was no control, so they closed that. The dump capped it. The town in the early 70s worked to deal with the government to give them some land, and they took over Satchers Point. So now that's protected. And then the Norman Bird Sanctuary took over part of Third Beach, so that's protected. So over the years, we've done an awful lot to protect the beaches. You discover that, well, the town's doing pretty good. We are, like we've said before, we're evolving. The schools are evolving. We recognize things need to be done, and we've done them. So the town recognizes that it has a lot of value in its open spaces and its recreational things, and we're trying to preserve those, and that's a very good thing.
Do you think there's still any more threats to the area?
Yes. What we're struggling with now, and all beaches are struggling with the same thing, around here anyway, and so is that the ocean is rising, and the severity of the storms that we get is increasing. So even though we're spending a lot of time and energy trying to build up the sand dunes and save them, we're going to get storms that try to wipe them out. People realize that they want to save the beaches, that there's going to be no development that we have to worry about or anything like that, but Mother Nature is going to give us some problems, and that's where we're going to have to pay the most. What I've noticed over the years is that the type of fish that we have is changing. So when I used to go down to Third Beach and go cohogging, I would see a lot of flounder, a lot of winter flounder on the bottom. I have not seen a winter flounder down there in years. We used to get tons of moon jellyfish. We don't get so much of them anymore. So all that, as the type of sea life is changing. And it'll keep changing as the water temperature goes up and the sea level rises, so you're going to get different kinds of things.
The tree dedication on Sunday, May 31st, is a celebration of all of Middletown's history on the 250th birthday of America. It is part of the Rhode Island Liberty Tree Project to plant a red maple, Rhode Island state tree, in every community in the state.